Hi guys, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. I had originally planned to do a Torrid haul and try on today, but yesterday while I was recording videos, I picked up my protein shake to take a drink, and there was, makeup wipe on my hand, which tends to be a little bit oily and slick, and that protein shake dumped all over my brand new clothes. So I am not doing a Torrid try on today and haul recap, but what I am doing is recording the intro and outro to my declutter series, because the last declutter that went up, my lip declutter, I didn't realize until I was done editing everything and went to go put in the intro and outro that I didn't record an intro and outro. So I'm recording one for you today. So that is what we're in store for today. It's going to be a declutter of some sort. I am just doing the same intro and outro because there's a lot of declutters to be had on my channel, and I want to get them all done before the end of the year. And I don't want to have to make a new intro and outro for it all. Call me lazy if you want to. I don't care. I've got a lot going on in my life, and intros and outros are not a thing I want to worry about. So there's that. Today we're doing a declutter. I hope that you're in for it. I myself love declutters. So I hope that you also love declutters, because that's what you're going to be watching today. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Did I get rid of enough? Did I get rid of too much? At this point in time, I don't know what I got rid of and don't know what I didn't get rid of, but I anticipate that there's going to be a lot of decluttering going on right now, because when I did my inventory for the year, I was shocked and disgusted with myself, because there's so much makeup in my collection I either don't use or don't want to use or is too old. So I hope that you enjoy declutters, because that's what we're doing today. And for those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I am a lover of all things colorful, high-end beauty and self-care. Also love me some great makeup chit-chat. You people are my people. You're who I come to chit-chat about makeup with. And I also love me a great declutter. So I hope that you guys want to stick around. I hope that you love it so much. I hope that you like my collection so much that you see some items that you want me to use in the future on a video so that you can see how they happen. And if that's the case, do put that down in the comment section. But you guys, I'm just so happy to be here today. So I hope that you enjoy it, and let's roll into this declutter. Today I thought we would go through the primers and the foundations that are in my everyday stash. I think I have a couple other foundations over in my backup, but just like 2, maybe 3. I'm gonna go grab those real quick. All right, so back at it, and you guys can see this is my primer and foundation. I'm sorry, I just hit the camera, so it's shaking a little bit. I do have some in my Shop My Stash, so I'm also going to pull those in and we'll talk through those. Let's just jump in. There's a lot to go over, as you guys can see. First, let's go through primers. So my primers are this stack here, and then whatever is in this bin here. So I'm going to start with primer. First we have this. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer, and you guys can see this is just a little tiny sample size. And I have to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the Luminous one. I feel like it's got like, I don't know, glitter particles in it or something. So I am going to declutter this one. And then I also in that stack have this guy here, the Wet n Wild Mega Jelly Primer. Y'all, I'm not even sure that you can buy this anymore, but look, here's the deal. Like, I've opened it, but I haven't opened it. It's completely sealed. It's a completely sealed primer. I can honestly say the chances of me liking this are pretty slim. And if I'm gonna use like a jelly consistency primer, it's going to be my Illamasqua one, which you guys will see next. So I do think I am going to also declutter this one. Then I have my Illamasqua primer, like I was just talking about. This one is the Illamasqua Hydra Veil, and it is kind of a jelly primer. It has a little spoon on the little contraption here, and when you open it up, it is jelly on the inside. And I know it looks like I haven't used it, but I have, I promise you. I really think it's probably exactly what that jelly one from Wet n Wild is, and I really do enjoy this. So I am going to keep this one in my collection, get rid of the Wet n Wild one. And the next one in my collection is this. This is the Bobbi Brown face base, you guys. This is the vitamin enriched face base. It is a all-in-one primer and moisturizer. I have used this guy so much since I got it. My husband bought it for me for my birthday or Christmas. I think it was Christmas. I've used quite a bit of this. I love it. It smells amazing. My face feels amazing when I am using this. And everything that goes on top is also amazing when I am using that. So not that my skin is horrible without it, but I do love that primer. So it will stay in my collection for sure. And the next one is this, and this is the Hourglass Veil Primer. And you guys can see it also has voids in it clear down here. This is in my Shop My Stash currently. Not because I needed to use it, because it's relatively new to my collection, but because it was new to my collection. So I wanted to give it a fair shot, give it a good try, and you know, I love this this primer. Again, anything I put on top of it looks amazing. It has this really soft feel to it. It's kind of like a liquidy primer. Even though it's white in the bottle, it also has this like blue tint to it, which I feel helps like just kind of airbrush everything. It is such an amazing primer, and it does have an SPF in it, so it's all around great primer. I will be keeping that in my collection as well. The next one I have is this, and this is the regular e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and it is supposed to be a Tatcha knockoff. I have to be honest, I don't like this as much as I like the Tatcha, but I do like it. It's not bad. I have used it a little smidge bit, which reminds me, there's another primer over there too I need to grab. I have used it. I do like it. But when it comes to this or the Tatcha one, I would probably pull for the Tatcha one. So I'm going to put this in a maybe. Next one is this one. This is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, and I don't know if you guys have tried this before, but I can see visible differences in my skin when I am using this on certain areas of my skin versus when I am not using this on certain areas of my skin. This is a sample size, and I have had this in my collection for so long, and I have been using it for so long. Like, I wouldn't say like consistently every single day, but at least once or twice a week, and you can see where it sits right now. So like, I'm telling you, these Milk Makeup like deodorant roll kind of products, just get the samples. That's all you really need. I have a bronzer stick and a blush stick as well in the same size that have lasted me forever. So this is all you need. I like it. I'm going to hang on to it. This is the next one, and this is the Farsali Skin Tune Blur. You know, Instagram famous, and it's actually rather new to my collection. It is said to be full size. I don't think that this is full size. This is the little tiny guy. This is 0.34 ounces. I did get it in an IPSY sale not that long ago, so I am going to keep a hold of that. I haven't even opened that one yet. This one I do think is going to go. This is the Revolution Pro Blur Stick. You guys, this is very, very similar to the Milk Makeup one. The difference between the two is that this one has been in my collection, I think, for way too long. I think this has probably been in my collection for a good 3 years, if not longer. And even though it smells fine and it looks fine, I just think that it's too old. So, not that it doesn't perform, because it definitely performs, and it's not bad, honestly. I would repurchase this, to be honest. But I don't use this kind of product enough. And I have the Milk Makeup one that is newer to my collection. So I do think that I am going to declutter this guy. The next one is this one, and it is the No Problem Primer. And you guys, this is by Touch and Soul. This is new to my collection. I picked it up in a FabFitFun sale, right? I mean, I think I just put this into my last month's haul. So I'm going to keep this, obviously. This is a favorite of mine. I do love this primer. It's so, so nice. Feels so, so good on your skin. I feel like it also gives you a little bit of that airbrushed appearance. And yeah, it's super silky, really pretty. I wear it alone or with makeup over the top of it. I think it's beautiful either way. So I will be keeping a hold of that one as well. These three I haven't even opened yet. So here's what I know. This one is a favorite of mine. So I will keep a hold of this one. This one is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. It is a favorite of mine. These two, I really, really want to try them out. I just haven't gotten there yet. So I am also going to keep a hold of these. This one I have used a couple times. I have to be honest with you, this Yensa Tone Up Primer Essential Glow 8 Super Blocks Essence, I am happy to have. I got it from IPSY, I do believe, but this is not my favorite like glowy primer. I really like the Laura Geller Spackle primers, and the one in Ethereal is beautiful. This one I find if I'm not super, super gentle with it, it does cause some pilling issues, and I just don't think that my makeup looks as spectacular over the top of it. I don't think I gave it a fair, healthy chance though, so I am going to keep it in my collection just to like give it another chance, give it another go. Let's go back to this. This All Nighter Face Primer is a Longwear foundation primer. It is a gripping primer, much like the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip, which was one of my favorite primers, but I haven't tried this one, and I no longer love the Hydra Grip primer. It was in my Shop My Stash recently. I think it's in my project pan, a little sample size of it, and I'm glad I only spent $15 on the sample size. Trying to remember why I loved it, I cannot for the life of me fathom. So I do want to try this out. I do want to see how I like it. The All Nighter spray is my favorite spray, so I have to imagine that I'm also going to like this. I am actually a fan of Urban Decay's, like their base products, so I think I will love this. I just need to break it out and try it. And then this Marc Jacobs one, I've never tried. This is the Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer. I do want to try this too. Blurring primers aren't typically my fave, but I have to be honest, like looking at my primer collection, there are so many blurring primers in here that maybe blurring primers has become a fave for me, so I am going to definitely keep it. We're going to see how I love it in the end. I do have other primers that I've gotten in gratis, so I've got two of these Porefessional Primers. These are the Hydrating Primer. So I'm really excited to have these in my collection. They are just sample size, guys. I also have the Pearl one to go with them. I have heard that these two in combination are the most amazing primers, so I'm definitely going to take two of these out of their box and stick them in here, and then put the other hydrating one in my stash. And then I also have the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is the like higher end version of this. So with that said, and with all of those that I haven't even touched yet, I am also going to declutter this one. So we are looking at decluttering 4 and keeping 13. So, I mean, my primer collection isn't super big in the first place, so I guess there's that. We're gonna stick this guy in here. We're gonna stick that guy right there. We have successfully went through my primer collection, so let's talk about foundations. So, foundations used to never be a thing for me. I don't know really what happened, to be honest, but I remember one month just all of a sudden going like crazy over Complexion and brought in all the foundations. I think I brought in 9 foundations in 1 month. So with that said, I do have some in my Shop My Stash. I don't believe I have any in my project pan at this moment. This is the Fenty Beauty Hydrating, so the Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation. This is in shade 260. I love this foundation. I hated the matte one. Love this. I always want to have this in my collection. I think that this is about as full coverage as I want to get, but also looks very, very natural on my skin. So I think it's a little bit creamier than a lot of fuller coverage foundations. So it sinks in a little better to my skin rather than, you know, just kind of sitting on top. I love this foundation. I will keep it in my collection. It might end up going into my project pan at some point because it is one that I think I am closest to panning. This is the Dior Face and Body, and this is in 3N, and I like this a lot. So this is more of a like a skin tint. It's a very, very lightweight foundation. It's listed as a face and body foundation. I couldn't imagine putting this on my body, if I'm honest. It's not heavy by any means. It's a really nice foundation that lays on your skin more like a skin tint. I would say it's a lighter coverage, like sheer to medium coverage foundation, and that's with building it. It is very buildable though, and it just moves with your skin and looks so, so great on your skin. The next one I have is this one. This one is the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrops. This is almost gone. You guys, I have had this in my Shop My Stash for the last 2 months, but prior to putting it into my Shop My Stash, it's, you know, it's summertime. I was using it all the time, and beyond it being summertime, this is like my perfect cocktail for a foundation. I love foundations that are just really lightweight, move with your skin, breathe with your skin, and look like your skin, instead of, you know, the cakey mess that a lot of fuller coverage foundations can be. And if you're a full coverage girl, don't get me wrong, I do have some full coverage foundations I love, but those full coverage foundations I love are very breathable, whereas there's a lot of full coverage foundations out there that are just not. So I love this. This is almost gone. I'm going to use it up, and then I'm going to buy some more. So that's how that goes. The next one I have is this, and this is new to my collection. This is the Oma Beauty Say What Foundation, right? Yeah, Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation, and I am in the shade Fair Lady TN or T1N. I don't know that I love this, y'all. I don't know that I love it. First and foremost, I think it has a smell to it that I just am not liking a whole lot. I've worn it, I think, 4 times, and every single time I've worn it, I've hated it. So I'm going to try it out with a few more foundation or a few more primers, see how I like it best, and hope that it comes to a place where I really love it. And if not, y'all, I'm getting rid of it, even though it's brand new, because I just haven't loved it. Every single time I put it on my face, I'm mad at my makeup. I feel like the lone man out, because that is so many people's favorites, and I just don't get it at this point. So these 2 things are just mixers, and they're almost gone. This is a foundation adjusting drop that is to darken foundations. This is just Ulta Beauty brand. This is amazing, and I paid like $6 for these. Granted, I do work for Ulta Beauty as a district leader, so I do get a discount, but I think that tops, they're like $10. Maybe 12. I can't remember exactly how much they are, but these... There's no reason to spend hundreds of dollars or $40 on a darkening drop when you can get a set of them for less, and they work just as good. These don't do anything to create a difference in the consistency of your foundations, but they do really help to darken your foundation. Then I also have lightening ones. I love these because then I can just solidly buy the same color of foundation throughout the year and not have to worry about whether it's my summer shade or my winter shade. I can adjust it. This is a sample, so I am actually going to put this into my sample bin over here. So these 3 things here can go. So we have this. This is the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. I have to be honest, for a really, really long time, if I was going to suggest a stick foundation, this was going to be the one that I suggested. This is a really nice stick foundation. I got it in a shade that is next to paper. It is called Fair Beige. It was, I think, too fair for me, number 1, and number 2, it's just really old. I mean, this is probably from my first make your own Tarte kit, which happened, I think, 6 months into my channel, which was almost 4 years ago at this point. So this is too old. It's not performing the same way it used to, and I'm going to let it go. But this was a great stick foundation. It went on really nicely. It sunk in really nicely. It blended out really nicely. I loved it. It's not too stiff, not too creamy. Perfect mix. The other two that are going are these, and these are by ABH. These are in the shade Banana and Warm Tan. So here's the story. I picked these up. So that is what these guys are, and you guys can see the shades. I picked these up at TJ Maxx. So that was my first mistake. Obviously, if they're at TJ Maxx, it's probably because nobody wants to buy them. I got them home and tried them, and they were really stiff. I think I got these 4 years ago at this point, which is the biggest, well, not the biggest, but the biggest reason why they're going, because I haven't decluttered them as of this point, and at this point, they're old. But they're also just so stiff. I thought it was a me problem at first. It's not a me problem. I even had the opportunity, I guess, to use a newer foundation stick by them, and it's the same. Like, they're the same. They're the exact same. They're so stiff and hard to blend out, and I just don't like them. In addition to the fact that Warm Tan was never my color, is never my color. Why did I pick up Warm Tan? I have to imagine that I picked up Warm Tan and then picked up Banana to help make it lighter. And it just, like, it makes me very orange. So, wrong shades, in addition to the fact that they're very, very stiff, in addition to the fact that they don't blend very easily, in addition to the fact that they're super old. This is also very old in my collection. You guys, I never even opened this. I never even opened this. And here's the thing. I got this at Field Leadership Conference 3 years ago at this point, and I really thought, oh, I'm going to use this, I'm going to try it. I never opened it up because when I was looking at it in stores, like, it's just it's souffle-ish, like almost whipped. As a matter of fact, it is the Stila Lingerie Souffle Skin Perfecting color. I just couldn't see myself loving it. It's got the weirdest texture, and for those of you not new to my channel, you know that I'm very much a texture person. So, if you know, you know. I can't handle the feel of makeup. This just doesn't seem like it's a foundation that would get along very well on my sponge or my brush. And I don't love that it's in a pot. That's not very sanitary to me. But I love the pot, so I've kept it around for this stupid container. It's so old. You can see it's in there. It's like separated. I'm going to get rid of what's inside of this, and I'm going to keep the container because I love the container. I wonder if it's like big enough in there to like put like little trinkets into. If it is, I'm definitely keeping it. It's so heavy and it's glass and it's beautiful. It reminds me of a candle holder. So if it has the potential to be a candle holder, that is what it will become. That is what its new life is going to be. But I am getting rid of this. All right, this is new to my collection. This I actually got, I do think that I hauled this in last month as well, or for my September haul. This was part of what I got for my birthday, but this was my diamonds gift, so I newly rolled back over into, not that it was ever not diamond, but I newly rolled back over into having earned diamond, and this was the diamond gift. I could choose this or, you know, a plethora of other things. This is a full-size Clinique Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15 foundation, and this one is in the shade WN30 or Biscuit, and I'm so excited to try this. I have tried a Clinique like tinted moisturizer before, but I've never tried one of their foundations before, so new to me. Gonna keep it around. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Yourselfie in my shade LN6. This foundation is very full coverage. It totally erases your face, but I love it, and I love it because even though it's full coverage, it definitely doesn't sit on top of my skin. It looks very skin-like. It is so, so pretty. It does nothing bad for my skin. I definitely love it. I will always want to have it in my collection, much like the Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating. I think of these two as my favorites, and will probably forever use them. This one is a stick foundation by Juvia's Place. This is the color stick in the shade Barcelona. The shade looks like this. I think I maybe got the wrong shade. This one looks very orange. It does make my skin look kind of orange. And I wasn't able to, like, of course, test it right before I purchased it and got it home and put it into my stash. I do think that it might be a better match in like summer maybe, but for now it's not the best match to me. I'm going to try and make it work, but I think the only way I'm going to make it work is with a lighter foundation stick as well. I just think I picked it up in the wrong color and I'm going to have to mess around with it. So I am going to keep that. This is a foundation stick by Hourglass, and this is in the shade Shell. I mean, if you guys can see, this one's almost a perfect match to my skin. So, as opposed to the one by Juvia's Place, I just think the one by Juvia's Place is just a little bit more orange. Maybe I can mix the two of these together. They both have beautiful formulas, so that might work. But I am going to keep this one by Hourglass. I do love this stick. This one is now the one that when people ask for a stick foundation that is lovely and beautiful and makes your skin look amazing and isn't too cakey and doesn't just sit on top of your skin, this is the one that I suggest now. This is the Bare Minerals Liquid Mineral Foundation, and this is in the shade Light 08. I just am unsure about this one right now. I am going to put it in the maybe because I don't know if I love this. The texture of it is very strange to me. I really, really love their powder foundation, but I'm not quite sure that I'm a fan of this right now. So I am going to stick it in the maybe section. This one is new to me. This one I got for my birthday. It is the Huda Beauty Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint. I love me a skin tint. This is in the shade 04 Light Medium. Haven't even tried this yet, so this will be sticking around for a while. And then I also have this one, which is by Marc Jacobs. This is in the shade, I believe, 26 Bisque Medium. It is a little bit dark for me. I do use this more during the summertime, so I am going to hold on to it for summer. I don't mind it. It is kind of a medium to full coverage buildable foundation. I don't mind it. I really don't. This one is the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation, and this one is in the medium shade. I feel like this would be a really nice foundation. I haven't even tried it yet. It is still sealed. You guys can see that. I got it in an IPSY. It just gets lost. Honestly, it gets lost in my collection. I have more that I want to use. I really do want to try it, but if I'm honest, there's not much from Wander Beauty that I have ever liked. So I do think that I am going to declutter this. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, and this is in NC15. Okay, when I ordered, do you see how white that is? When I ordered this foundation, I had no idea what my skin tone was in MAC. I was very confused on how MAC processes their tones. I have since been very well informed on MAC. If you guys don't know, I partner with MAC as a part of my work, and so I have 3 different MAC brand partners that I partner with, and I love them all so much, and they've helped educate me on MAC. So there's that. There's so much from MAC that I love. I do think that I have the absolute wrongest shade of this foundation, and because of that, I don't like it. So I am going to get rid of this. I wish I had thought to, return it way back in the day when I purchased it, but I didn't. I am going to get color matched the next time I have a MAC Professional in one of the stores that I'm in, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up a color that matches my skin tone a little bit better. This is just not it, and you know, like I said, because of that, I don't like it. So I'm going to get rid of this one. It's not because of the foundation, but it's because it's the wrong shade for me. The next one I have is this. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I happen to really love this foundation. I actually got it in 2 different shades from IPSY on a hell of a steal. I think I picked it up for $18 versus the $40 that it costs. I will be keeping this. It's not even opened at this point in time. I am in the shade Y218, or at least that is what this shade is. I accidentally picked up a much darker shade previously, and that one is actually in the stash. I'll show it to you in a second. It's still in its box because it's too dark for me. I am going to declutter that one, but this one will be staying. I have this foundation by Urban Decay. This is their Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation, and this is in the shade 31NN. This is very full coverage, but I love it. It goes absolutely nowhere. It lets your skin breathe. It isn't it maybe transfers a smidge, but not nearly as much as some of these other foundations. And I just really like it. When we first learned about this foundation, there was a Urban Decay brand partner that came in to give us the little tidbits of education on it. And she had us put this on our hands, on the back of our hands, at the beginning of our class. And at the end of our class, 40 minutes later, she had us try and wipe it off. And it just didn't come off. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't sink into the fine lines. It didn't anything. It was amazing, which prompted me to immediately purchase it. And I just really love it. I really love this foundation, so it will stay in my collection. This one, the ABH, Luminous Foundation, I like it. I'm in the shade 240N. I like it, but it's really not my favorite. I mean, it's not bad, but it's also not good. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know what the bugger is with this one and why I don't pull for it more. I do think it's a smidge bit too dark for me, just a little bit. I can sheer it out, and it looks much better sheared out than it does like full impact. I think I want to hold on to this one more season. We'll see how it goes, see if I use it more, and if I love it, maybe I'll pull it into a Shop My Stash. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? This one by Zoeva. This is the Zoeva Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. Now this one, I absolutely love. This is in the shade 050N. Beautiful. Love this foundation. First and foremost, I think that the tone of it, the undertone of it, is perfect for my skin. I think that you can see that this matches that Hourglass Stick Foundation and Shell, which I said was a pretty perfect match for my skin tone. This also is a pretty perfect match for my skin tone, and it leans a little bit olive. Even though it's a neutral undertone, according to it leans very olive, and I really love it on my skin, and I get nothing but compliments every single time I wear this. It is a pretty medium to full coverage foundation, but it breathes. It allows your skin to breathe, and it's just really nice. I will keep that one. This is a new one to my collection. This is the Stay Naked Hydra Tinted Glow Hydrator. And you guys, I haven't tried this yet, so I am going to keep this because I haven't tried it. I don't have any words to give you on that. This is the Smashbox all-in-one tinted moisturizer. This is the Halo Healthy Glow. I love this. What I will say about this is that if you go ham with it, you will hate it. So a little dab will do you. That's all it takes of this. I love, and it's got a really nice amount of coverage for a tinted moisturizer. It's amazing. It's got an SPF of 25. It's almost gone in my collection. I am going to keep it because it's next to the Fenty Ease Drops. It's my favorite tinted moisturizer. And prior to the Fenty Ease Drops, this is the one that I always recommended because it's just so pretty, especially for those that want a healthy glow. Now, beyond that, we also have this one, which is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. This is also a tinted hydrator. It is a gel consistency, which a lot of people get really tripped up about because the texture of it is very weird. Maybe I shouldn't say a lot of people. I got tripped up about it. The texture of it is very weird. I'm sorry, did I tell you? This one I am in the shade Light Neutral in the Halo. This one I am in the shade Natural 05. Even though the consistency on this is very, very strange. And I have to put it on with my fingers, which I absolutely hate. Very bouncy, very whipped, kind of like Cool Whip, but not. I love this though. If there is a Bare Minerals like foundation that I would ever suggest, it very much depends on what kind of foundation you go after, but if you're a sheer to medium coverage kind of person, this is what I would suggest. I have recommended this over and over and over again to people in our stores because it's just such a wonderful product, and it's got good skin loving ingredients in it too, so it's very nice to your skin. It doesn't clog your pores. Its downfall is that I have to put it on with my fingers. So then I have some that sit in my backup bins, and I'm going to pull them out and put them in here. I think maybe I have opened up enough room. Maybe. One of them is this. This is the Studio Makeup Tinted Moisturizer, and this is in the shade Oat. This is from IPSY. And I've tried a couple things from Studio Makeup before that came to me through IPSY, and I really like them. And I do like a tinted moisturizer. I am a tinted moisturizer girl, so I am going to try it. I also have this one by Laura Mercier. This is the Tinted Moisturizer Oil-Free Natural Skin Perfector Broad Spectrum SPF 20, and this is in the shade Vanilla. This looks so dark, but it's in the shade Vanilla, which is 1 and 2. So I have to imagine that it's good for my skin tone, but I'm a little, I don't know. I'm going to try it out, see if I like it. If I don't like it, I have some friends that I can give it to. I have a friend, my business partner, Audrey, actually, I was thinking about giving it to, but looking at that, I think that it's way too dark for her. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and this one is in the shade Y425. This was an accident. I accidentally clicked on what I thought was the Y218 and accidentally clicked on the Y245 or 425, and you guys can see this is just way too dark. This isn't even like a tan color for me. This is definitely not my skin tone. So I am going to probably try and sell this guy on Poshmark or give to a friend of mine. And then I also have this. This is by Natasha Denona. This is the Foundation X Plus. It is a full coverage foundation, and it is in the shade 40N, light medium or beige rose. And that is what this one looks like. I am going to pull this out and put it up here so that it's not sitting in my backup bins anymore. And I do think that I've made room enough for it. So this is going to be a keeper. So going back to this, which I had in my maybes, I think I'm going to get rid of this because I did not like the consistency of this, and I did not think that my skin looked amazing with it. And I did try it with several different primers, so it just doesn't get along with my skin. So I am going to get rid of this. All right, you guys, we are all the way through my foundations. We decluttered 8 foundations, and we are keeping 20. I think that we did a good job. I mean, that means I had 30 foundations. I got rid of, well, I had 28 foundations. I got rid of 8. I mean, that's almost a third of what I had, right? So I think we did a good job. I am going to stack these back up there, put you guys on fast forward, and then I'm going to roll you into the outro. Perfect, and I think we have plenty of room for the ones that are in my Shop My Stash, so I'm really excited about that. So I was just in my backups for whatever reason. I don't know why I was over there. I think it was to make sure. that I had everything out here, and I realized that I did not. So as far as primers go, I have 2 other primers that I want to talk to you guys about. Basically just showing you that these will now be in my, you know, everyday stash up here on my desk, because they weren't, because they didn't fit. But I do have the Tula Probiotics and Superfoods Prime of Your Life, which is this guy here. I will be putting that up here for use. And then I also have the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. This is a blurring primer. It is giant. This is 1.7 fluid ounces. So this is a really big primer. I am also going to put this up here and try it. All right, guys, that was it. That's all I got for you. How was that declutter? How are you feeling about it? At this point in time, as I'm recording this, as you heard in the intro, I don't know what I've decluttered, and I don't know how much I did declutter, but I anticipate that there's a lot of decluttering going on right now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that we did a bang up job, and that we will see some very drastically different numbers in my inventory at the end of the year. I cannot wait to show you the declutter overall, because at the end of this series I'm going to bring back to you everything that I decluttered in this series. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you give it a big thumbs up if you did. I also hope that you decided that you want to stick around, watch the rest of the videos that I have on my channel here, or, you know, some of the other pretty amazing content that I have on my channel. And if so, welcome to the channel. I hope that you hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I upload, because I do upload 3 times a week. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope that 2021 is treating you all kindly. I hope that you all are safe, you and yours are healthy and well, and that you're just kind of moving through this world as soothing and calming as you possibly can in the chaos that's going on around you. I also hope that you all are loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.